Dun 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 dun.
Is this episode 4?
I think it's 5.
5. Shows
It should have been 6.
Yes.
We fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Should have waited.
Yeah.
It would have been perfect.
Well, this is the idea we have this week.
Yes. It's a
And
good idea, though.
Hey, it was your idea.
Was it? I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Satanic Panic, baby.
Satanic Panic. 1980s.
Yeah. I'm a product of the Satanic Panic.
Yeah.
85, that's when I was born.
I definitely lived through some of it. Like I all the hysteria, like the Geraldo shows with King Diamond. Have you seen those clips before?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And Ozzy, like, barely able to complete a sentence, and everybody thinking that, like, if you listened to heavy metal, you were a Satanist.
Yeah. I mean, I guess in a way I grew up through it as well, born in 85.
Yeah.
My parents were both, rock and roller metal type people.
Yeah.
So I grew up around all of the music that you think I would at that time.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, the dangerous nature of it always made it more appealing to me as a kid.
Yeah. Like, the more I learned about Venom, the more I wanted to hear more of Venom and King Diamond.
Yeah, I feel like you really couldn't have asked for better PR in a lot of ways, as silly as it all was.
Yeah, the scarier it was, the more I was interested in it. And, it was like, not just metal, it was like there were movies that people were freaking out about, and Dungeons and Dragons and all that. But it was definitely like underground music or not even just underground, but metal that bore the brunt of it, I think.
Yeah.
So I can still remember there was like a kid in my school that everyone thought was a Satanist, and the kid just played it up completely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was great. I still see him around occasionally, and like, this dude was a genius.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. So our plan for today is kind of centered around the Filthy 15.
PMRC.
Shout outs to Tipper Gore.
Yes.
And some pre and post as well.
Yes.
A little bit of stuff that we feel falls into the Satanic Panic that was not necessarily a part of the Filthy 15 because it was either too early, too late, or, as we'll come to find, actually maybe just a little too Christian.
Yes.
It was a little too clean cut. Perhaps inspired by the Filthy 15 in some way.
Yes.
For every action, there is a reaction. So, but we will get there. And I feel, there isn't too much of a better way for me to start off this than would be with Slayer, Show No Mercy.
Yeah.
This was a record that I remember feeling like I shouldn't hold this.
Yeah.
I remember I had a copy of the old Show No Mercy vinyl that my uncle had. My uncle was a big record collector, and like, he wasn't necessarily a metal guy, but he was really into like Anton LaVey and Weird Satan stuff.
Yeah.
So like, he was definitely like a pop culture guy.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably more why he like had the Slayer stuff. And I remember like seeing like all of like those band photos and like holding the upside down cross and shit, being like, whoa, this is intense.
Yes. Yeah.
Like I don't think I'm supposed to be listening to this. And that's cool, because they were just dorks.
Yeah.
Really, but the power of imagery and the young mind and the imagination. So, Black Magic. First track, side 2.
It's a ripper, like you said.
This song does rip, and I tend to try not to be one of those people that is like, man, like, that band's okay, but the old stuff's where it's at. But unfortunately, I really have a hard time not saying that about Slayer. Like, it's really, they really had something, and then, I don't know. I guess your interests changed.
Yeah, nothing against any of the later material.
They honestly probably wouldn't have been a bad band for last week's episode.
which was last week's episode?
Well, I guess it wouldn't have been last week or the last episode when we did bands whose sound has changed over the course of time.
Yeah.
I guess they always stayed metal, but you know,
they
got a little bit more
metal
meat-headed over the years, I suppose.
Yeah. Like once the 90s rolled around, it became a little bit more like there was a lot more Slipknot influence.
Sure, Pantera. Yeah. I think Pantera was the big band that kind of, it's like, you know, either you're making music for lifting weights or you're getting clean cut. You're doing one or the other. Mm-hmm. There's no in between.
Slayer went for the lifting weights.
Yeah. So. Musically and visually. Yeah. Yes, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I find the early stuff way more interesting. So let's do it.
So this is, again, Black Magic.
It's perfect.
From Show No Mercy. So the thing that I really, really like about early 80s metal, especially like this stuff that's, almost like thrash, speed metal, whatever you want to call it, is that there wasn't a bar that had been set yet for what extreme music was. So even though bands like Slayer were trying to be different and out there and heavy, there was still sensibilities of basic songwriting where things should be catchy.
Yeah.
And structures of songs should be like, reasonably like sound where you can rely on the song to come back to different parts and the stuff. And, the drums are like cool, but they're not like crazy technical that like the average person isn't going to get lost in the sauce. So like, you can rely on the beat, even if it's just a da 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 da, like you can get into it.
Yeah.
But I feel like over time, everybody started to one-up each other to the point where it's like, this isn't music for everybody anymore.
Yeah.
You almost have to have some sort of understanding of musical theory to some degree if you care about the art of it, or you just have to like want to hear something that's so extreme for the sake of listening to extreme music, which there's positives to those things, and I've been that person in a lot of ways. But the thing that's really cool thinking about the arch of Slayer is that here it's just like the stuff is still catchy, it's simple enough, but there's a solo that rips. It's more than competent, like it's good.
Yeah.
But I feel like over the course of time, it's like we got to make the solos more like flashy, and then everything else is just like, let's just dumb it down. I know that like I think Slayer's a band that actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think they kind of get made fun of a lot for their solos in their like later years.
Yeah, I mean, as the 80s went on, their solos got more and more ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's almost like they were making up their own scales. Like I listened to it, and as someone with an untrained ear, I'm like, I can't make sense of what they're doing. And some of that stuff on Rain and Blood, and I don't know how they remember it. Like, because it doesn't sound like any sort of traditional structured guitar solo.
Yeah.
And it really sounds like totally off the cuff. I don't know how planned out some of those were, but
I mean, I think a lot of that stuff was probably comped, where like they just record like 10 solos, and then they like take the parts that they like from each one and put all of that together. But I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
That shit rips though.
Yeah. That's all that matters at the end of the day. I'm not trying to dissect Show No Mercy too heavily.
Totally. I think in the grand scheme of the theme of our episode today, obviously played an important part, I think, in starting to scare parents.
Yeah, totally.
There was nothing that I think that, I mean, I already said that it scared me as a kid, but in like a good way.
Yeah, I mean, when I first heard them, it was when Hell Awaits came out, and this kid at my church gave me a cassette, and he was like, "It's crazy, you can't understand anything they're saying." I took it home, and the like beginning to Hell Awaits came on, and I thought like the exact same thing. It was like a year before I would put it back on again, because I was like, I'm pretty sure I summoned a demon in my bedroom.
Have you ever seen The Gate?
No.
Movie The Gate? Oh, man.
I need to, apparently.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's something worth bringing up for this episode. But it's like these kids like basically like accidentally like summon like open up a gate to hell in their backyard, and the neighbor kid is like a little metalhead kid that has this record where if you play it backwards it like has like the incantations to like do stuff. But yeah, it's like 80s nostalgia, young metal nostalgia, and like a really fun movie too.
Yeah, I'll have to look it up.
I'm surprised you've never seen it.
No, I never have, but now it's like first on my list now,
definitely watch The Gate. It's it would be very I think stuff like that. I don't know when The Gate came out off the top of my head, unfortunately, but actually let's look that up real quick, because going into the Filthy 15 and all of that, there was so much that I think that inspired the Filthy 15, and then things that I think were like, The Gate was 1987, so that was definitely like a reaction.
Yeah,
So like, okay,
yeah.
let's make a movie based on these kids that have like a satanic record and summon demons from hell.
Yeah, yeah,
Cool.
and just sort of
It makes you
riff
wonder-
off of what was going on around
Yeah,
it.
it makes you wonder like if stuff like that would have even happened. Like if like Hollywood would have put a bunch of money, because it's a good budget movie. Like it's not like a little independent film. If they would have put money into stuff like that, if there wasn't all of this hubbub that was stirred up as a result.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, in it, you know, there were a bunch of movies, you know, Trick or Treat and all of that, where it was playing into a lot of those fears and just like the interest. in that. Like there were a whole
Trick or Treat,
load of like
Black
heavy
Roses.
metal, like heavy metal movies.
Yeah. Where like the band's evil.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and you know, just the hysteria that surrounded it and the fear is kind of amazing. And it, you know, there was clearly that period, like we'll say 85 to 1990 or so, when it was really, really impacting pop culture and parents were reacting and scared, and teachers and everything, the PMRC. But it really went far later, like Marilyn Manson and like getting blamed for Columbine and all of that. But the initial energy and fear around the PMRC and all the bands they were talking about was kind of amazing. And which leads us to the Filthy 15. And what I was saying earlier, but the one thing that I like about the Filthy 15 is how they're labeled. Like it's not just the Filthy 15, but there's like a reason they're on there, and it's violence, occult, D and A for drugs and alcohol, and then I think just is it sex for the one. And I think we're gonna get to all of those different.
Yeah, we're gonna run the gambit of filth.
Yes, we are. We are definitely gonna go to hell after today's episode.
Yeah.
Or we're gonna have to like have an exorcism done. So are we gonna start with Twisted Sister?
Yes, a very, very evil man, Dee Snider.
And, you know, since we're going to play Twisted Sister, we should talk about the Senate hearings that took place in, I believe, 1985, where Dee Snider, Frank Zappa, and John Denver, and there might have been other people, all testified in front of Congress about porn rock and everything else that was happening that the PMRC was going after.
Yeah, and Dee Snider's legendary testimony, or whatever you would want to call it.
Well, he's wearing a Venom or a denim vest and just looking very rock and roll in front of.
But also probably the most normal you can find Dee Snider looking in the 80s.
Yeah, true. Very true. Yes.
Definitely dressed down.
Yeah, it's like how he looked when he went to the grocery store, pretty much.
Yeah. So yeah, we're not going to take it.
This is on the list.
From the Filthy 15 to a song that Trump tried to use for his presidential stuff.
Yeah. How things change.
Yes.
All right, let's listen to it.
Hell yeah.
There ain't no way we'll lose it.
Very, very, very violent song.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's listed as being on the Filthy 15 because it qualifies as being violent.
I wonder if that was inspired by the whimsical music video.
Could be, yeah.
I feel like there was like such an ignorance shown in putting that song on the list and not the next track on this album, which is Burn in Hell.
Yeah.
Which is like one of the most like insane like songs from, it's probably my favorite Twisted Sister song.
Yeah.
It's such a cool song. But you know, it wasn't like a hit.
No.
So
yeah. It's like they were really reaching with that one. And they were reaching with a lot of these, but that one for sure.
As we're gonna get into here.
Yeah, what are we getting into next?
So moving down the list here for the Filthy 15, we're gonna use this opportunity to maybe open up our doors to some styles of music that might be a little bit outside of the box of our show. But given the theme, why not dive into a little Cyndi Lauper?
Yep, she is on the Filthy 15.
Yes, for She Bop. Because it's about fucking.
Yeah. Sexuality, not cool, particularly when it's coming from a woman, apparently.
So, yes, especially if you've colored hair.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yes. I actually don't know that I'm familiar with this song. Maybe once I hear it, I might be more familiar.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. I would be surprised if you didn't know it.
Okay.
But it's funny, before you came over, this was actually the record that I pulled out just to test all the audio levels and everything. So I listened to like this whole first side and I was like, God damn, this is a really good record. And like, I always known it was a good record, but it's probably been well over 15 years since I've actually listened to it.
Sure.
Yeah, really, really cool record. So
Cyndi Lauper.
Cyndi Lauper. It's funny. I feel like that song is very like almost like 60s Beatle-esque inspired through like this weird like power synth pop filter.
For sure. And there's a
very,
little bit of darkness to it too, which I like.
Yeah.
Like almost like a little bit of like post-punk,
new wavy,
like Bowie in there, maybe late 70s.
Yeah, the whole album's a really cool mix of like, I think a lot of stuff that was happening at that time that was like, at the time, alternative, that now is just like grocery store music.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, it's funny now, like going to the grocery store. I was like in Giant Eagle and heard like Panic at the Disco.
Yeah.
You know, which is like, okay, yeah, sure. That's like 20 years old now, I guess. Yeah, because I was like, well, almost. I was like 2007. So we're getting there.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I guess this is classic rock now.
Yeah.
You know, whatever, you know, the emo stuff.
But that was supposedly corrupting the youth of America to make them sex-crazed drug addicts, according to the PMRC.
Hey.
I mean, I just thought it was a catchy song.
Yeah, this one is there's a couple stuff. There's some stuff like, I know we're not playing it today, but Prince is on there.
Yeah,
it's okay. Fair enough. He was a little pervert.
Yeah,
but we loved him for it.
That's what made him great.
Yes, Cyndi Lauper. I'm not so sure.
Yeah,
I don't think she deserved it.
I'm gonna agree with you. Did not deserve to be on the Filthy 15.
Yeah.
The next one though, maybe they deserve to be on the Filthy 15. Merciful Fate. Into the Coven.
I just think it was I think it's rad enough that they were relevant enough.
Yeah.
To make it onto the list.
Yeah.
Whereas like Slayer did not. Which is funny how like the tides changed.
Pretty quickly. Yeah. You know, King Diamond was supposedly a follower of Anton LaVey, so maybe it makes sense that they're on there for occult references. This definitely has them. Merciful Fate. All their songs pretty much stem from things like that.
I'm really curious how, like, looking at the Filthy 15 list, it's easy to understand where it's like, oh, I feel like the name for the list came up before they had the artists to fill the 15 slots.
Yeah.
You know? So they're just trying to find things, and I feel like that's how like Cyndi Lauper ended up on there.
Yeah, there's some very random songs.
What I'm curious about is like what government intern knew about Merciful Fate? Like whose kid had this record that like ended up getting this on the plate? Because everything else was like on the radio. Yeah, so it makes sense.
This was not on MTV. Was not on the radio. I mean, Merciful Fate didn't do a lot of touring in the US at the time. So yeah, it's pretty random that it was.
Yeah, I'm really curious how this ended up there.
Yeah.
Like even the Venom I can understand, because I know they kind of like, they were one of those, I think they blew up very fast from my understanding. I feel like they kind of spread like wildfire pretty quick in a lot of ways, but Merciful Fate.
Less so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we just listen to it?
Let's fucking do it. Fuck yeah. Talk about somebody that like really had it figured out from the jump.
Yeah. I mean, a fully realized kind of image, and the music was, you know, above and beyond everything that was happening. Like, you look at Venom or even Slayer was taking a lot of influence from them on the Hell Awaits record. And yeah, the themes that they were singing about, amazing. So yeah, they, I'm thinking, well, maybe not a threat to America. Certainly can't fault people for saying there's occult references there.
Sure. They're more of a threat to the stock of makeup at your local drugstore.
Yes, yeah.
Than anything else. Yeah. The availability of black eyeliner.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, musically, that stuff is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like when you like go back and like really dig into like what was happening at the time and absorb more and more of it, like you really start to understand like why bands like that, like why they are the gold standard in a lot of ways.
Yeah, still.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
I think a lot of it goes back to what I was saying about Slayer, where it's like this was still early enough that like nobody let the overcomplication into the music yet, because it just wasn't even a thought.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like even in a lot of ways, like King Diamond down the road maybe sometimes got a little bit too flashy, a little bit too unique vocally at times.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, this, it's like, it's still there. It's obviously him.
Mm-hmm.
You could put that on and be like, oh, I know who that is.
Yeah.
But it's almost like it's tempered.
Yeah.
In a way where, you know, down the line it would get a little bit
flashier.
A little bit flashier, which a lot of that stuff is great in its own way, but I like the accessibility and simplicity, but a lot of people use that word in, like, as a negative connotation.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how I mean it at all. Just like it's very like just good, strong riffs.
Yeah.
Solid songwriting. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just like it's there. I mean, it has the power, it has all the attitude.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't know. I'm starting to maybe it's my old age setting in. I'm starting to really like I mean, I guess that's a big part of the reason why I wanted to do this in the first place. This isn't the show.
Yeah.
It's just like really taking the time to like interface with this stuff.
Yeah.
Again, with some intention to like dissect it and figure out like why is this so great to me? Maybe it's just because it's what I grew up with. I really don't know.
I think, you know, Melissa and their other album, Don't Break the Oath, both of those albums are probably two of my favorite metal records ever. And for me, it's, you know, clearly it's the musicianship and the image, but like the vibe and the atmosphere created by it, for a lot of, you know, different reasons. There's a certain rawness to it. And there's also like a bit of nostalgia, like listening to this a long time ago and kind of just digging the vibe of it.
Yeah.
And,
they're special records.
Yeah.
For sure.
Captured something very unique.
Yeah.
So strange that it ended up on the Filthy 15, though. The PMRC.
Yeah, I'm really curious whose kid had that record.
Yeah.
That's something happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was. I feel like this, like stuff like Cyndi Lauper feels like it was desperate to fill out the list. This feels more personal.
Yeah.
Like somebody was actually like triggered by this.
Someone thought this is definitely evil, and yeah.
I wonder if they all like also like. This is another funny thing too. Like, okay, like She-Bop was obviously on the radio. We're not gonna take it all over MTV.
All over.
For this, like a track in like the middle of the record, did the PRMC like sit down and actually like listen to Melissa or just like pick a song?
Yeah, exactly. Some of the list feels very random like that. You know, Motley Crue's Bastard is on there. Why that song? why not shout at the devil?
Sure.
So yeah, a lot of the list seems that way. This song, you know, you could really pick any song from this record and say that it has occult references.
Sure.
So yeah, the fact that they chose, like you said, one in the middle of the album that is pretty, you know, off the wall musically and weird, and I don't know what it was about it lyrically that drew them to it. I would love to find out, like, if there was a way we could talk to someone involved and ask, like, why that song? I kind of want to do some digging on that.
Yeah, well, hey, we can always do a follow-up down the road.
Yes.
So we're going to move on to a band that, did a lot for strip clubs.
Yeah.
In there throughout their time.
Okay.
Thanks to that good old Mutt Lang production, talking about the one and only Def Leppard.
Yes.
Who is another band that probably could have also been a part of our bands whose sound has changed throughout the years. Not as dramatically, but obviously too, I think they had a very unique story in terms of why their sound changed. Regarding, a drummer losing a whole ass arm and then being like, nah, you're our dog. We're going to stay in the band.
Yeah.
You're fucking staying. And it's interesting where it's like, I wonder if in a different time, it's like almost serendipitous that like this music was changing into this like really like pop forward sort of thing with rock at that same time that I think allowed them to like pivot to making that logistically work. Crazy. But so this is earlier Def Leppard here. This is 84 what? It says 84 and 81 on this label.
I think this was 81 because
okay, yeah, so
Pyromania would have been out by 84.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So 81, this must have just been this must just be like a repressing probably. An 84 repressing. Oh my gosh. Such a poser. But so it's the title track, High and Dry, Saturday Night.
On there for drug and alcohol references. Another one, like, is this a threat to the youth of America?
I wonder if too they had like, violence, sex, drugs, and alcohol, occult, if they were trying to get like an even blend of all of those to prove some kind of point.
While this is playing, let's look at the list and see if it's like what the breakdown is.
Love it. So let's just get into it.
Got a date at midnight rain. I had to get it
was one of my. I loved that band when I was growing up. I still like Def Leppard quite a bit.
Yeah.
Really good songwriting, great production. Again, shout out to Mutt Lange that did like the majority of their records that I think they're popular for. Also did all of the good Shania Twain records, which is kind of funny. They were married, I believe. A lot of, I've brought this up before on some of the live stream stuff that I did, but a lot of that like stuff like the like those really popular like That Don't Impress Me Much, Whose Bed Have Your Boots Been Under, like those popular Shania Twain songs sound so much like that Hysteria era Def Leppard.
For sure.
Like the production is so similar.
Yeah.
That like it was actually, the funny thing is I never even thought about the fact that like, so like I remember listening to that Shania Twain stuff and I was like, this sounds like Def Leppard.
Yeah.
And going on Wikipedia and learning that like it was actually the same producer. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And I think that trend still stands with a lot of modern country, is it's like just like Def Leppard with a little bit of twang. It's arena rock. Just singing about different things, slightly different sensibilities, and that's about it. And that one, you know, all about drugs and alcohol. I want to go party now. But it is a great party song.
Yeah, but there was also plenty of other, I guess, filthier songs you probably could have picked. When we were listening to that, we went through the list of the Filthy 15 and found that the majority of the list was for sex, right?
Profane and sexual content. I think it was 9 of the 15 were like that.
Yeah. So I feel like they had the name and they started finding stuff. They got to 9 and they were like, shit, we're out.
Yeah.
Or maybe somebody's like, you know, we should probably put in some occult and things like that. So there's 2 each of the other ones, right?
Yeah. But most of it's sex. Apparently the PMRC had a problem with sex for sure.
Yeah. So speaking of sex, moving into Madonna.
Yes.
Definitely deserved to be on the list.
Okay.
But I don't think Dress You Up should have been on the list. Like a Virgin, this is because Dress You Up is from the album Like a Virgin.
Yeah.
And Like a Virgin is probably one of the horniest fucking songs ever.
And when you think about how popular it was, you have like 8 and 9-year-olds singing this song that they can't possibly understand.
Yeah. But they went with Dress You Up for whatever reason, which is like basically like shopping mall core.
Yeah.
So let's dig
give it a
into
listen.
Yeah.
You've got style, that's what all the girls say.
Yeah, I feel like the innuendo in that is again going back to like that like sort of like Beatles era sort of just like it's cute.
Yes, yeah.
It's so funny that I don't know that was scary.
Yeah,
that was
particularly when they could have chosen like a Virgin.
They could have any other song on that album.
Yeah,
you know that's like the like whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's why we're doing this.
Yeah,
because it was ridiculous.
But I think just as a person, Madonna definitely, was very. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense to me, even though I don't agree with it. If that's she was very, sexualized.
Yeah, for sure.
In sexual. And that I can understand that making Tipper Gore uncomfortable.
Yes, yeah. Tipper Gore was not sexualized nor sexual, apparently.
Yeah,
so
but she was pretty hot.
Yeah,
she's cute.
Yeah,
yeah.
I like the picture of her holding the Wasp album cover. So
yeah, we'll have to put that up. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this list of the Filthy 15 was definitely all over the place in terms of styles of music and in terms of intention. Again, I feel like we're going back into something that feels a little bit more personal now because we're gonna
for sure
put on some Venom. Is Possessed is the track that's on there?
Possessed is the track
off of Possessed.
Yes,
which is they're using the font that we use for the logo.
Yes,
for the Wasted Years logo. I forget what that font's called, but
that could be us on the album cover there.
Yeah, it's an early photo of us. It's a really stupid album cover.
It's a really stupid album.
It's a really stupid band photo on the back, but like awesome but stupid. My views of Venom in general have always been like awesome but stupid. I think that like this was stuff that like it just skipped my radar, probably because like I guess my parents didn't fuck with it for whatever reason, and my uncle wasn't fucking with it, so I didn't know about it until a little bit later. You start digging into finding music on your own, and then you see photos of like James Hetfield wearing a Venom t-shirt and shit like that, and it's like, what is that? And then you finally go and listen to it, and it was like by that time that I had the means to like get on a computer and like find a song or something like that. It's like I didn't care because there's like so it's like Cradle of Filth exists. Why do I want to listen to Venom?
Perfect. Yeah. I mean,
so
it's exactly it. Like the time passed them by for sure.
Yeah.
I had some older friends that were into them, but at that point it was like 1989, and like Venom, at that point it wasn't the original lineup. The Primeval record was out, and in retrospect, I like that album a lot, but they had put out a couple not so great albums, this one included. I love the first two, like they're essential for me, and maybe the third one as well. And I kind of like Primeval a lot. I have, great memories of singing along to Countess Bathory while drinking beer with some of my friends as a teenager. But this is another one, like Merciful Fate, they could have chosen any number of songs. I don't necessarily know what got this song chosen. I mean, there's a song on this album called Satanicist.
So I'm curious, this is 85, so this was probably right around the time that they were putting this list together.
Yeah.
And we had aforementioned that photo of Tipper Gore holding the Wasp record, what looks like they're in like a record store. Did they just go to like a record store? And was this list based off of whatever happened to be in stock that day? At the store. Like maybe this had just come out. Maybe there was a poster for it on the wall. And they're like, oh, well, what is that?
Yeah.
And then there's the Fuck Like a Beast 12-inch. Okay, obviously this.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, I know Prince. I know Cyndi Lauper. I know Madonna.
And it's... Oh, go ahead.
And like Twisted Sister and all that stuff.
Yeah, so, like they just start seeing it.
Like all of this was just based off of like a 1-hour trip to whatever record store outside of DC.
Could be. Yeah, I could see that happening. I know that what brought their attention to the content of this music in general was one of Tipper and Al Gore's children brought home the Prince record with Darling Nikki on it. And that is what got them all in a rage. So,
Damn.
yeah, that somehow led to Venom.
the Prince to Venom pipeline. So this is Possessed. Off of Possessed.
Yeah.
Look at me, Satan's child, born of evil thus defiled, brought to life through satanic birth, raised in hell to live on earth. Open your eyes. Come listen to me.
fine. It's a fine song.
Fine song.
I guess. Again, I'm not the hugest Venom fan
Not
for whatever
my favorite
reason.
Venom song.
Doesn't resonate with me.
Yeah.
I don't feel any more satanic or possessed than I did prior to listening to this.
I do.
I will say though that it's a very like ugly sounding recording in general.
Yeah.
Like there's so I can only imagine just like the general tones of everything if you were just kind of like a vanilla non-rock listener, just listening to like the way this record just sounds, and it just sounds like evil.
Yeah,
I
like
guess, because it's like it's not mixed well.
No.
And like it just sounds disgusting.
Yeah, it's like the bowels of hell open up when you play it, for sure. And you know, I'd heard this album a bunch of times, and I guess I just never really paid attention to the lyrics when, like, I was like, why would they choose that song? But as it was playing and I looked at the lyrics, I drink the vomit of the priests. I make love with the dying whore. I suck the blood of the beast, and I hold the key to death's door. I mean,
that's pretty fucking hard.
Yeah, that might alarm certain parents. I don't know. I mean,
they should have put that on the back of a shirt.
Yes.
I'm gonna make a bootleg Venom shirt, a bootleg possessed shirt that says that on the back.
I would buy that for certain. But yeah, it's again, you know, like you said, I think maybe this album had just come out at the time that they were making what is clearly a somewhat randomized list of music that they find offensive for whatever reason.
I wonder if there were any artists out there that were mad that they weren't on it.
I mean, how were the Mentors not on it?
Sure.
I don't know if they were mad about it, but they should have been.
Yeah. And I'm sure all these bands got a pretty decent boost off of that.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, for certain, this next band did.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. And I think that, you know, leading into the show, we both agreed, like, this is the one that you're like, yeah, this makes sense. And maybe if you have kids, you might not want them to listen to it. Again,
I mean, like,
similar to Venom, dumb as fuck for this song.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And like this, like, I mean, this is a legendary fucking like photo album cover. Like, even now, if I saw a band do this now, I would be like, whoa.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
I'm into it. But like, just so ahead of the fucking curve. And like the intentionally like placed finger covering up the U on the fuck right there so they could still get away with it. It's like, this is like a master class in branding.
Yeah.
Like early Wasp in general is a fucking master class in just everything. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good.
And it's worth noting that on, like, I think the UK and European versions of the first album, this song is on the album, but not in the US. I guess just singles. Still, somehow, everyone managed to get a copy of this, because I was probably 11 and I had a cassette copy of it. I probably obtained from IDES or something like that. So, yeah, this one, you know, I don't blame people for wanting this on a list like that.
But great song.
Great song.
Let's
catchy,
listen.
funny.
Yeah.
Let's listen.
Inside my head, I'm making artificial lovers for free.
Timeless.
Timeless. The Mac Daddy of the Filthy 15.
Yeah, I feel like they really had it all. They had the look.
Mm-hmm.
They had the curse words.
Yes.
The messaging.
Mm-hmm.
That's
The Lord is coming for
yeah,
us.
yeah. The Lord's breaking down the doors from listening to all this crazy music. We should probably put on something a little bit more heavenly.
Yes.
Which getting into it.
We happen to have some more heavenly music.
Yeah, so that is the end of our Filthy 15 highlight.
Mm-hmm.
But we're still in the Satanic Panic.
Yes.
And as I said before, every action has a reaction.
Yes.
So Christian metal starts to become a thing.
A way to make your parents think metal wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Bands like Arch and Barren Cross and Striper.
Of course, yes. So this is released on Metal Blade, but coming from Norway.
Okay.
Which is very funny considering now I feel like their biggest cultural export, even outside of arts, is probably black metal.
Yes.
But you wonder, like, I wonder how, like, genuine some of this stuff was, or how much was it just like a gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I've never heard this one.
Yeah, so we're going to listen to a track off of this. This is another Return to Churchill by Arch. Song is called Power to the Man.
Oh, okay. Power to the... Who is the man?
My guess is probably Jesus.
Okay, well...
Yeah, you know, the title track is Conversion Prelude. There's all songs on here, like Reincarnation, The Promised Land. There's also a song called Shoot to Kill. I have no idea what that could be about. But, yeah, Power to the Man.
All right.
I know what's on a man's mind.
So, interesting development. I feel like this record is very God coded, but there's more going on apparently.
Apparently.
So yeah, apparently that's like an incel anthem that we weren't. Power to the man is not Jesus, but
No.
literally
Males.
that's a surprise to me.
Yeah. That was interesting to find out.
Yeah.
A little search of the lyrics, and it is basically saying what? That men should be in control of everything that happens in their relationships with women. So,
Which I guess is like Christian in some ways, depending on the values of some people.
Yeah, it could be a way that some people interpret things. I guess I don't know. I hope not, but apparently some Norwegian metal dudes feel that way.
Yeah.
Interesting record. I had never heard that or heard of them that I can recall. So,
Yeah, I mean, the song is fine. Production's good.
yeah,
It's good riffs.
nothing
Vocals
wrong
are
with it.
strong.
Mm-hmm. It's, kind of. I'm freaked out by those lyrics for sure. That would be canceled today. If you look up the lyrics, you'll see why. I'm not going to read them to you.
Yeah.
This next band though wouldn't be in that category.
Yes,
that I'm aware of.
This was definitely more genuine. I wonder. I'm so curious about the arch thing. Like, were they like was it like was it ironic, or were they just trying to like make it like seem like it was Christian even though it was not?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes, it's very God coded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna say that maybe it seems sincere when I read that, and I need to do more research on them. I think they still exist to some degree.
Interesting.
It looks like they had been playing as of recently as 2023.
Okay.
So, more Christian metal.
Yeah, so this is definitely Christian metal. I can't think of a more Christian metal song than the title track from this record, which is "To Hell with the Devil" by the one and only Stryper.
They used to throw Bibles at people while they played.
I'm a big fan of the this original alternate album art. There's two versions of this. There's the one that's just black that just has the "To Hell with the Devil" really big, which I actually found at Jerry's.
Okay.
I have both of these. This one I did not find at Jerry's. I don't remember where I got this one.
Before.
Yeah, this is the original. Yeah, this is the original cover. And then I don't know why they changed it or did like an alternate cover and I really don't know why. But yeah. That's the OG cover there.
Yeah.
And I guess let's just dig into it.
Yeah, I mean, this band was, probably the most popular Christian metal band.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's do it.
cool song.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, it's, you know, it's...
There's some power behind that.
Yeah, very, very catchy, very genuine.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you know, very big fan of their branding and their look.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they had a, they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
And they did it well.
Mm-hmm.
I wish all of their stuff ripped that hard, though.
Yeah.
They do have a lot of stuff that is a little bit more, I guess, like, more just, like, rock. Not as, like, powerful as that. But, yeah, that was Stryper. And, I know we're approaching the end of our list here. And obviously, you know, every action having a reaction.
Christian metal,
and
one
then
possible reaction.
Yeah, is one possible reaction, and then there was the other reaction, in terms of things actually getting genuinely satanic, genuinely intense, genuinely just off the fucking rails. Bands like Deicide and Morbid Angel. But before we get into this, I thought of something that I wanted to play.
Yeah.
And it is, I don't know if I should play it now or if we should do it after. Now that I'm thinking about it, it'll be the bow on everything, because it's newer.
Okay.
It's like from like the past 2 years.
Okay, perfect.
And it was something that this reminded me of it, and I feel like, I don't know if you're aware of it or not, but if you're not, you need to see it. So I got it queued up and ready to go.
Nice.
But, you know, coming out of the 80s and into the 90s, I think that, like, society in general, people realize, like, they don't care about the music. The world's fucked. We're at war. Blah, blah, blah. Who fucking cares?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And in all of that chaos, you have bands like Morbid Angel that come out and, you know, I don't know, so much was changing at this time. Not even just culturally, just in music and art. People continuing to take things up to that next level of intensity.
Yeah. People listening to Possessed and Venom and Merciful Fate and Celtic Frost, and like you said, like, just amping that up and
stripping out any sort of, like, accessibility or pop sensibility in your music, and just leaning into the terror, the despair, the intensity, the anger,
darkness,
and also the musicality. Like this is stuff that was, like, very much like, you know, this isn't just like, oh, you take a rock song and throw some dark makeup on it and spooky lyrics, and like how Wasp is, you know. A lot of that stuff could just be a lot more clean without the image, and it would just be good rock songs. But this is like, this is what it is. You're not polishing this up. This is,
it's only going to be one thing. I mean,
this ain't going to end up in a presidential campaign.
Which is perhaps why it was not on the radar of any sort of groups that might be banning things like this at the time. And like you said, a lot of that stuff had fallen out anyway. But yeah, we're going to listen to Morbid Angel, a song called Unholy Blasphemies.
Rise to the gate, young sucker, from depths, young sky, the realm, evil gods, painful, eat your mind, evil in disguise, breathe in the vein, blackened souls remain. Fools who pray, death of God, destroy, don't desert, vomit upon the cross, and burn. Evil in disguise, breathe in vain, blackened souls remain. Ghouls who pray, death of God. till the church vomit upon the cross and burn like a blood. Evil in disguise, breathing the pain, black and souls remain. So low, evil one, come forth, take the blood, infant entrails are hung on the empty cross. Life is lit off, breathing the pain, black and souls remain.
It's so funny listening to that like late 80s, early 90s stuff where it starts getting into this extreme stuff, because like the recording engineers of the time, I don't think a lot of them had like figured out what the modern sound was going to be for this kind of stuff. Whereas like if that was recorded now, it would be so like drum forward and the vocals wouldn't be so upfront in the mix, because that's like recorded and mixed like any other like hard rock or metal thing, which makes it sound like weird. It sounds almost like too transparent. It's not as like crunchy as enough as it should be for something so abrasive.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. You're right. It's very, very standard in terms of the way it's recorded, but like what's being played is so wild. I mean, it's like a hurricane of musicality.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's very dark, very heavy, and very much a continuation of the more occult themes on the Filthy 15. Like this would be far beyond the Filthy 15.
Sure.
So
sure.
Yeah. Where are you going next now?
So this is definitely, you know, where we've reached kind of the end of our little highlight here of, you know, Satanic Panic and Filthy 15, kind of, you know, highlighting some stuff that was a part of that, stuff that's been influenced by it, stuff that created it. Are you familiar with The Way International?
No.
Okay, so The Way International is a church.
Okay.
And a band.
Okay.
And they have, you know, their services where they write some original songs and sometimes they perform them.
Okay.
So rounding things out for today, this is a video just from a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Of a song that they have called God First.
Okay.
And if you're not familiar with this,
I
would like for you to be. That is not the internet. The internet is this one. Okay, so I got this queued up, and in a perfect world, it should be playing and everything should be coming through. I think we're good. Are you ready for this?
I don't know. I hope so.
The things of God, one taste led to another. Now I'm standing before you, a new love's hooked on God's word. Alright, my heart's burning on fire for God, taking every breath I take in light of the return of Christ, living each moment as if he's coming today. Keep in mind the finish line, God first. Well, babe, I'm bound, so make it count, God first. My life is really not my own. God paid the price for you and me. It's all his. My body, soul, and spirit, including all my talents and abilities. God called, so give your all. God first. Everything we do in life should be done out of love for him. Walking at that level of commitment is exciting. Takes a lot of discipline. But what's it worth to know you've done it up the way his word says it should be done? It's a life, no compromise. God first, God first.
Yes.
Everything we do in life should be done out of love for him.
Love for him.
Walking at that level of commitment is exciting. Takes a lot of discipline. But what's it worth to know you've done it up the way his word says it should be done? It's a prize. Holy to the wisest, God first. So lift your eyes to the more abundant life. God first, God first, God first,
God first.
God first.
Wow.
Yeah, 2021.
Okay.
So yeah, it was the Way International God
Yeah.
first. So
I had two thoughts about that.
yeah.
It's like a love song to God.
Uh-huh.
Little creepy in that regard, like an ecstatic love for God. It's fine, I guess, if you need to write that song. The other was, it reminded me of the Robert Palmer song Addicted to Love.
Ah, yes,
It's
yes.
very similar to that.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, I'm curious how and if the Filthy 15 and the Satanic Panic shaped him in
Yeah.
his life.
okay. Yeah. I'd like to know that too now.
Yeah.
That's a great question. Yeah, other than that, I'm speechless
Yeah.
about that. Yeah.
I figure it's a good way to end
Yeah,
this.
it is a perfect way to end this. From Morbid Angel to, what are they called?
The Way International.
International.
Yes, yes.
I'm going to stick with Morbid Angel.
Same.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's today's episode.
Episode
here.
5.
That's
complete.
episode 5.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're doing next time.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, perhaps
Yeah.
we'll do something. I wouldn't mind doing something like regional.
I like that
Local.
idea. Yeah.
I don't know how much stuff I have regarding 80s.
Well, we can,
We'll have to see.
we'll do some brainstorming.
We can do some brainstorming, and also too, we can, if we don't have the record, we can always go. We can sprinkle some digital stuff in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
I think
we can even
make
get
it work.
wild and add a CD.
Yes. Yes.
I'll have to look and see what I have.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do definitely have one piece in particular, not Pittsburgh related,
Okay.
but something that we definitely need to talk about on this show.
Okay.
So
I'm
if
down.
anything, this one record is the
And
whole
it's a
reason I want to
regional
do the
thing?
episode. Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's say that the next episode will likely be regional,
Yeah.
unless we do a Christmas episode or something. So
Yeah.
maybe not.
I mean, there's what? A King Diamond record?
Yeah. There's a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll
Have you
figure
heard
it
the
out.
Billy Idol Christmas record?
No, but I want to.
Well, with all that being said, I think we're going to sign this one off for today.
Yeah.
And that's been that.
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, thank you.
We're done.
Hell yeah, we're done. And thank you for listening.
See ya.
Take care.